All of us remember the 2008 recession. Until now, it was the biggest economic blow of our lifetime, and it hurt. But there's no way to sugarcoat this. This is bigger, and it will hurt more. Our city revenues have plummeted. Hotel reservations have collapsed. After 9/11, our airport closed for 2.5 days, and passenger traffic fell by as much as a third that month, and it took us 10 years to claw our way back. Today, airport passenger traffic is down 95%. From a fiscal perspective, this is the worst it's ever been. We've borrowed $70 million to date from our special funds and our reserve fund to front the costs related to our COVID-19 response. Some of that will be reimbursed by state and federal governments, but some may not. But under no circumstance was I going to save pennies and lose lives. Rolling out testing for Angelenos at highest risk, expanding it to cover everyone with symptoms. These were expenses we couldn't shy away from, and they won't be the last ones either. And I'm so grateful that together with this City Council, we had the foresight to build up our reserve fund year after year after year. Combined with a budget stabilization fund, we headed into the pandemic with reserves equivalent to double what we had before the Great Recession, and the highest on record. Now, I know you don't get awards for saving money and cutting costs and boosting bond ratings, but I believe our prudence has paid off. Tomorrow, the city charter requires, and I will release my projected budget for the fiscal year that begins July 1st. I always say that budgets are a statement of our values, but this year, it is also a document of our pain. Soon, many departments will have to operate at sharply reduced strength. Cherished programs will lose funding, while recreational and community services will see significant changes. We'll have to spend less on removing graffiti, caring for our urban forest, and we face sharp limits right now. But I have drawn a red line around the foundation of our common good, those back-to-basic investments that keep our neighborhoods safe, our streets clean, our families housed, and our children and seniors fed. We've already enacted a hiring freeze in our city government, and that will continue in the coming year. Unfortunately, we must also face another painful reality, that our civilian employees will take 26 furlough days over the course of the next fiscal year, the equivalent of a 10% reduction in pay. I do not take that step lightly. I know every day we're down even one person is a loss to our city. And it's my priority to reduce the number of furlough days as soon as possible. So I've called on the federal government to either loosen restrictions on emergency funds that prevent us from using them to replace lost revenue, or in the next CARES package, help bail out America's cities, just as you've bailed out the banks.